What's up, guys? Welcome to Between the Lines, the official baseball show of the Sports 2.0 Network and BaseballSpotlight.com. First of all, you probably noticed a little different intro. Shout out to RJ Patricio, the best media manager, director, whatever you want to call him in the game. He is awesome at what he does, and he made a great intro for us. So shout out to him. We really appreciate it. We got a lot of changes coming up here on Between the Lines. But before we talk about that, I want to say subscribe to the Sports 2.0 Network, guys. Lock it up right now. We have so much great content. We're doing horse racing shows. We're doing freaking horse racing shows. How many YouTube channels are doing horse racing? Basketball, football, baseball, soccer, you name it. It's all on there, guys. Make sure you subscribe. We're about to hit 500, so we really appreciate all the support. Now, the All-Star break's coming up. Teams are making changes. We do the same thing here at Between the Lines. We got a lot of great changes. As I said, the All-Star Game or All-Star Game's coming up. We've been thinking, how are we going to make this show better? How are we going to take it to the next level, right? How are we going to take it to the next level? I'll tell you how we're going to do it. Alec freaking Bussie, content creator here at the Sports 2.0 Network. We're going to be expanding Between the Lines to two shows. Two right there. Two shows, Tuesday nights, Monday nights and Thursday nights. My bad. We're here on a different night because yesterday was a holiday. Mondays at 7, and then Alec is going to be doing shows Thursday at 7. We're going to have him join us right now, do a quick introduction so he can meet the Between the Lines fam. So here he is, Alec Bussie.
What's up, Tanner? How are you doing, man?
My man, what's up? What's going on? I got some pressure on me. You know, you're in the waiting room during this intro. I gotta be all perfect for you. But first of all, Alec, welcome to the Between the Lines team. It's an honor to have you.
Thank you very much for allowing me to join the show, and hopefully I'm able to make it a little bit better. You're a tough one to follow through with.
I don't know. I just make fun of baseball players, and people think it's entertaining. So you know what's going to be cool? Alec and me have a totally different style. He's very entertaining. I'm entertaining as well. I'm gassing myself up right now, obviously. But you deserve to be gassed up. But we have a different style, so it's going to be cool. Monday nights, I'm going to be talking about the weekend review, a look ahead at the week. Alec is going to talk about what happened during the week, and then look ahead at the weekend game. So I think it's going to be a really good mix. Alec, what are you going to bring to Between the Lines?
Yeah, so I think you kind of mentioned our different styles there. I'm a huge stat head. If ever on board, I just on Baseball Reference or Fangraphs, or one that I've really fallen in love with this year is Baseball Savant, with looking at like all the spin rates and pitch movement and where guys rank in terms of other players in Major League Baseball, what percentile they fall into. So I'm going to bring a lot of that stuff, and hopefully fans are able to kind of learn a little bit more about where players rank statistically amongst their peers across the sport. And I think that'll be really interesting heading into this weekend, because that's the last weekend before the All-Star break. So maybe we'll be able to determine whether or not some people deserve to be All-Stars or not, or maybe who was snubbed from the All-Star game, because I think that's obviously a hot topic of discussion that a lot of fans probably feel like their guy should have gotten in instead of someone else. So I love doing the stat stuff. I'm also going to be able to give whatever kind of focus fans are talking about in the comment section or on YouTube or whatever it may be. I love being able to interact with fans and viewers, and that way I'm able to better connect with the content, something that you've really taught me how to do well in the past couple of weeks here this summer. So I'm super excited to join the show, and hopefully I'm able to make it just a little bit better.
No, it's definitely going to get better. 2 nights a week. You got primetime slot on Monday with me, primetime slot with Alec on Thursday. It's going to be great. I can't wait to check out his first show on Thursday. So, Alec, thanks for joining me. Just wanted to get you on here for a couple minutes, introduce yourself. But I can't wait for Thursday, and have a good one, my man.
Thanks, Tanner. Appreciate it. I'll be making sure to watch.
Yes, sir. So let's get into the show for this evening, guys. Got a lot of great topics here. We're going to start with the MLB standings update. It's always a great time to make fun of some teams here. So let's start. We got Boston, Tampa Bay, Toronto, New York Yankees, and the Baltimore Orioles in the American League East. Now, Alec, we were talking before we came on the show, and he was mad at me for wearing a Boston Red Sox jersey. So I just switched to my Marlins shirt. I had that shirt on underneath it because you know what? Shout out to the Miami Marlins. Jorge Alfaro, you finally delivered. I think you've had about 2 hits and 25 at-bats. You crushed it. You broke open the game in the 8th inning, gave the Miami Marlins the lead, and they beat the Dodgers 5-4 in game 1 of a 4-game set. They're back at it tonight. But when you look at this game last night, the Dodgers didn't play Max Muncy, Cody Bellinger, and Mookie Betts until late. They pinch hit, whatever. The B team, the Dodgers B team almost beat the Marlins, and the Marlins have a good pitching staff. So don't read into that. They did snap the Dodgers 9-game losing streak, or 9-game winning streak. So I gotta jump on the Marlins bandwagon for the evening. So let's get into it, guys. American League East, Boston 54-32. If you would have told me that Boston was going to be in first place at this point in the season, I would have never believed you. And I am a Boston Red Sox fan. I apologize to every single person in Red Sox Nation. I apologize because that was disrespectful to this team. They got the best middle of the order in baseball. You got Martinez, you got Verdugo, you got Bogarts, you got Devers. The whole left side of the All-Star infield is going to be Boston Red Sox. The whole right side of the infield is going to be Toronto Blue Jays. That's how good this division is going to be in the coming years. Tampa Bay, they've kind of fallen off the map a little bit ever since Glasnow went down with the UCL injury and the Tommy John. He's not getting Tommy John. He's going to rehab his ass off to get back for the playoffs. The Rays might not be in the playoffs the way it's looking right now. They're on a little bit of a downhill slide, 5-5 in their past 10. They were one of the hottest teams in baseball. You got the Blue Jays. I think the Blue Jays make too many mistakes, way too many mistakes. But again, they're young. You got Vlad Jr., you got Bo Bichette, you got Kevin Biggio, you got Marcus Semien at second base. Shout out to him for making the All-Star game. You got a lot of dudes that can play in that club. Will they be a championship contender in the coming years? Yes, they 100% will be. Boston and Toronto are going to control this division for years to come. New York Yankees, I don't want to pick on the Yankees too much right now. I really don't, because I'm going to pick on them a little later. But the Yankees, they got to get better. They got to get better. I was talking to Alec again before the show. I looked at the schedule for after the All-Star break. The Yankees will play 7 or 8 games against the Boston Red Sox right after the All-Star break. They go Red Sox, Phillies, Red Sox. They could be done 2 weeks after the All-Star break, literally done. And they're done right now. So don't even, I don't want to hear anyone saying that the Yankees still have a chance, because they really don't. The only way they have a chance if they go to Boston, they beat Boston, or they beat them at home, they got to sweep them. They got to sweep them 10.5 games back. And we still got a week till the All-Star break. The season is not done yet, or the first half is not done yet. We have a lot of time left. If the Yankees drop a few games this week, they'll be even farther behind heading into the All-Star break. Red Sox got Shohei Ohtani and the Los Angeles Angels tonight, so they're probably going to pick up a win because Shohei Ohtani's not that good of a pitcher. We're going to talk about that in a little bit too. Go to the Central Division. Chicago White Sox, 49-35, best team in the Central. Cleveland's starting to fall behind. Other than that, Detroit's in third place. Minnesota should be embarrassed. Minnesota should be embarrassed that the Detroit Tigers are in third place. That's embarrassing. That's so bad. Detroit's middle. And you know what? They're probably going to be good in the next few years. They got to get some pieces. You look at A.J. Hinch. He is changing that culture there in Detroit. A.J. Hinch is a cheater, but he does know how to win. So they're doing okay there. They're doing okay. Minnesota, I'm not even going to talk about it. They don't deserve for me to talk about them. They're so bad. Kansas City, again, another team that we didn't expect much out of going forward. Central's locked up with the Chicago White Sox. Not worth talking about. In the West, you got a 2-team race. Houston, Oakland. They played 10 times this year. Houston has won 7 of the 10 games. When you look at this division, it's a 2-team race. But Seattle is still in the wild card hunt. That's what scares me. Seattle is still in the wild card. It doesn't scare me. I think it's just it's a problem because they are not good. They should not be a playoff team unless we have expanded playoffs. Then let's bring Seattle in. But right now, the way the playoff format is set, Seattle should never be anywhere near the postseason, ever. And they're going to be in the wild card hunt in the second half. They keep playing well. Houston, Oakland, they're playing 3 games. They start tonight, tomorrow, and then the next night. I like Houston. I think everyone likes Houston. I don't think Oakland's got the team to play. But Matt Olson is going to the home run derby, so that's good for them. Good news for Oakland because you will not be doing anything in the playoffs, guys. LA Angels, Texas Rangers, 42-42 out of the Angels. Shohei Ohtani. Can we stop talking about Shohei Ohtani? I'm going to get into that a little later, but stop talking about Shohei Ohtani. And then Texas Rangers, they're not worth my time. All right, so let's talk about the National League here. The Mets. I don't know if you guys saw the other day, but the Mets ripped the Yankees' heart out. That was fun to watch. 44-37 on the season, followed by the Nationals, Braves, Phillies, and Marlins. Again, Marlins don't have a chance in this division in the second half. Phillies, Atlanta, Washington, they all have a shot to climb back in. This is going to be a 4-team race. It's going to come down to that second half. And you know what's so important in the National League, in the Central, in the East at least, is winning your division. If you don't win your division, you're most likely not going to the playoffs because we're probably going to have 3 playoff teams out of the National League West with the Giants, Dodgers, and Padres. So winning the division is critical. I still think the Mets can win the division. I don't know if Frankie Lindor forgot how to hit the baseball. Yeah, he's getting, we're talking about Frankie Lindor heating up, right? Heating up right now. He ain't heating up. He's making $341 million. Heating up would be batting 350 and, having an OBP of 400. That's heating up to me for Frankie Lindor. He's a guy that should be doing that. Mets, Pete Alonso dialed in right now. You got Jacob deGrom. Syndergaard could come back, but who knows what you're going to get out of Syndergaard. I think the Mets are in the best spot in the National League East right now. But again, they got a lot of work to do in the second half. Same with Washington, Atlanta, and Philadelphia. I think Atlanta's been one of the biggest shockers of the year. 41-43 on the season. This is a team that's better than that. They're way better than that. We talk about all-star snubs, as Alec was saying. We're going to get into that a little bit in this show. But Freddie Freeman, all-star snub, I don't know, he's not really doing much to help his team. Yeah, he's one of the best hitters on their team, but still, come on, man. Freddie Freeman's got to be better. So we'll go to Central. Milwaukee's got this Division I. Cincinnati, I'm not sold on Cincinnati. They're the kings of inconsistency. Some days they show up, others they don't. They got they're one of the best offenses in the National League, but pitching is going to hurt them down the stretch. Chicago, they've lost 10 straight, so forget about them. We were talking about them being buyers at the deadline. They're going to be sellers now. Forget about Chicago. St. Louis. St. Louis isn't very good. I see Alex smiling in the background there. St. Louis is not very good. And Pittsburgh's even worse. So we don't really need to spend much time talking about the Central. Alec is a huge Cardinals fan. So he is probably going to be talking about the National League. It's probably going to be Between the Lines National League Central edition every Thursday night. So he's come back on here.
It might be NL Central show on Thursdays, but as of now, it's not going to be because it doesn't even deserve to be talked about. The division is terrible. It's so bad. Tanner, since going into last night, just to add this, and this is kind of like a preview of my stats thing. Since the Cubs threw their their combined no-hitter against the Dodgers, they have lost 10 straight games. And since they lost, what was the final score of their game last night? Didn't they lose by like 10? 7? 7 or 10, whatever it was.
10, yeah.
Their run differential in their last 10 games is like over 30, or it's like under 30. They have been outscored by their opponents by over like 35 runs in their last 10 games. They are a joke. They're terrible, and they're still not the worst team in the division over the last week.
That's how bad we knew going into the season, Alec, and now you're getting off my screen. This is my Tuesday night is my show, but it's amazing. Like everyone said, the National League Central is going to be really bad. I think we saw it was really bad to start the season. It got a little better. There were some times where I was like, Central's okay. And now the Central's absolute trash in the National League. But
right,
overall, what?
I'll leave now. You can go to the West.
All right, West. Get off my screen. So then you got the Giants, the Dodgers, and San Diego. This is the division you want to talk about. The World Series champion is going to come out of this division. It's going to be the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Giants, we're not sold on. They're 5-5 in their past 10. Look what the Dodgers have done in their past 10. 9-1. They did lose to the Marlins yesterday, but you know what? The Marlins deserve to win too, right? In this world we live in where everyone gets a trophy, the Marlins deserve to beat the best team in baseball, right? So Marlins got the win yesterday. Again, Dodgers threw their B team. What are you going to do? Dodgers are the best team in baseball, though. San Diego Padres, 50-37. They've been a little surprising to me. I think they're a team that needs to be a little better for considering the pitching staff they have, the lineup they have. They have not impressed me much. They play well against the Dodgers. That's great, but you're only going to get that 19 times a year, so they really got to start beating up on some other teams. Then you got the Rockies at 37-48, the Diamondbacks at 23-63. Again, I think these teams are playing each other tonight, but again, I don't really care because the Rockies and the Diamondbacks just aren't worth talking about right now. Maybe they get a little better, they will be, but right now they're not worth talking about. All right, so who's hot, who's cold? I got to spend a little time on the Yankees right now. What's going on in New York? I focus on the Yankees every show because I love talking about them. But I want them to be good. If you're a Yankees fan, I know I got the reputation of a Red Sox fan, even though I'm wearing my Miami Marlins shirt. But if you're a Yankees fan and you think that I talk down about the Yankees because I'm a Red Sox fan, that is completely wrong. I want the Yankees to be good. I genuinely want the Yankees to be good. I want to see a September race in the American League East between the Yankees and the Red Sox. That's when baseball is fun. Baseball is fun when the Yankees are good and the Red Sox are good, and those 19 games against each other mean something. Right now, it's like the Yankees went from good, like the best team in baseball at the beginning of the season based off their roster, to so-so, to bad, and now they're irrelevant. Irrelevant. I mean, like, I didn't even feel good about the Red Sox sweeping them. I didn't. Like, it was fun to watch for a few games. I was like, by the time they faced Garrett Cole on Sunday, I was just like, this just isn't fun anymore. Like, I want to see the Yankees be good. And I don't know when that's going to happen. Is Booney the problem? Is Brian Cashman the problem? Are the players the problem? First of all, you need a shortstop. You need a shortstop for the future. Most likely, it's going to be Corey Seager. I think they go out and they get Corey Seager next year in free agency. It could be another one. There's plenty of shortstops on the market. You need that. You need to figure out, what are you going to get out of Garrett Cole? What's Garrett Cole going to be like in the post-Spider Tack era? You got to figure out your closer. I wish I had the screenshot of it. I wish I had the screenshot of Aroldis Chapman's tweet today. It's freaking embarrassing. He says, he's like, all the people that I can't even, let me think what it was. It was like, all the people who doubt me, they haven't read all the people who doubt me, when they read my book, they'll know that I never gave up. Wow, that's very motivational, Aroldis Chapman. But you know what the people in New York care about? They care about you executing and shutting down the New York Mets in the 7th inning of a doubleheader, the first game of a doubleheader, a game you should win. When you come in, Aroldis Chapman, and the game is 5-4, you should be able to shut down the Mets. You've had too many mistakes this year. I don't need the motivational quotes on Twitter. I don't need all that stuff. I need you to execute pitches, because I want to see the Yankees and the Red Sox be in a race, and you're not helping. So Aroldis Chapman, figure it out. With the Yankees, you need to figure out your closer situation. You need to figure out your bullpen. You need to figure out what you're going to do with Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge's contract's coming up. What are you going to do with him? Are you going to rebuild, or are you going to build around him? So the Yankees have a lot of questions moving forward. I think Brian Cashman's job is safe because he has another year on his contract. I don't know if Booney's job is safe. From what everyone says, from what Cashman has said, Booney's doing everything he can do. Now, Booney literally gave himself another few years on his contract by saying, my guys are effing savages in the box. That kept him alive in the American League, with the Yankees organization. If he doesn't say that, I don't think he's still here. I mean, we look at what they did to Joe Girardi. Joe Girardi did a lot more for this team than Aaron Boone, and he's coaching in Philadelphia right now. So anyways, I'm not going to spend too much time on the Yankees. We're going to get into my problems with the All-Star Game. I got a lot of problems with the All-Star Game. And next week, obviously, we still have one more show before the game, Monday night. And then Tuesday, actually, I'm sure Alec is going to jump on for this. We're going to be doing a home run derby watch along, so that'll be a lot of fun. But let's get into my problems with the All-Star Game. It's going to be my quick rant for the evening. First of all, why do we start voting for the All-Star Game on opening day? I'm being facetious when I say this. I always have so many problems saying that word. But why do we start voting for the All-Star Game on opening day? It makes no sense to me. This voting process was way too long. I mean, the All-Star Game's half the season anyways. Let's delay it a little bit. Let's not have the first round, the second round, the third round. I mean, I'm listening to MLB Network Radio, and these analysts, these pure analysts that work for Major League Baseball, claim that they don't know how the All-Star voting works anymore. Before, it was one vote, whatever. I think managers selected the teams back in the day. All right. I'm good with the fans voting. There is some good and bad to fan voting, but there is a lot of bad. Here's one bad. Mike Trout is a starter in the All-Star Game. He's a starter. He hasn't played in a game since May 17th. He's only played in 36 games this season. We're at the halfway point, right? Why is Mike Trout a starter? He's the best player in baseball, right? Obviously. But he's played in 36 games. He's not even going to play in the All-Star Game. He's still hurt, but 36 games. I know he's batting .330 and he's got an OBP of 4 something in those 33 games, but it's 33 games or 36 games. 36 games. Mike Trout has not played since May 17th, and he is a starter. That is one problem with having fans vote for the All-Star Game. Even the MLB writers, who I don't love because their power rankings are horrendous every single week, they would probably not put Mike Trout as a starter, which I hope they wouldn't, because he's only played in 36 games. That's an issue. All right, number 2, horrible jerseys. These things are horrendous. They're glorified soccer jerseys. Glorified soccer jerseys. Okay, they got the 2 button down, whatever. You know what? If you want to make terrible jerseys, don't make these guys wear them in the All-Star Game. Just have them do it for, home run derby, wear it around the park, whatever, wear it as warm-ups. Don't make them do it in the game. Let's have them wear their regular jerseys. That's what's fun about the All-Star Game. I want to see the Red Sox out there in the Red Sox jerseys and the Blue Jays out there in their Blue Jays jerseys, and you know what, all these teams coming together to play. I don't want to see one jersey that sucks. I went online on Twitter after that day, after they posted the All-Star jerseys, and I saw about 15 wannabe graphic designers that designed better jerseys than the guys at Nike. So whoever did that at Nike should be fired. I'm saying it right now. I'm getting it off. You know what? That's the way it is. You designed a terrible jersey. You can't even see the team's logo because the state name or whatever, like Colorado is COL. I can't see the Colorado Rockies logo. That's a problem, guys. So number 2, that's my second problem. Horrible jerseys. Number 3, stop talking about Shohei Ohtani. Now, I'm going to make separate videos for all these, but stop talking about Shohei Ohtani. Okay, he made the All-Star game as a pitcher and a hitter. Does he deserve to make it as a designated hitter? Hell yeah, he does. He has been mobbing the baseball. And you know what? I'm glad, Shohei Ohtani, you have the balls to go in the home run derby, unlike some people, the juniors, who we're going to talk about in a minute here. But stop talking about Shohei Ohtani, everyone. You don't need to talk about Shohei Ohtani anymore. We've talked about Shohei Ohtani. The whole nation of Japan talks about Shohei Ohtani every day. They have I can't tell you how many times I go on YouTube every night to check how we're doing on the Sports 2.0 network. And I see this China, their Japanese channel saying like Shohei Ohtani watch along. The whole nation of Japan is rooting for Shohei Ohtani. We talk about him way too much in the United States. Okay. Does he deserve to be talked about? Yes, he deserves to be talked. I'm getting chirped here. He's arguably the greatest thing to happen to Major League Baseball. I'm not saying he's arguably not the greatest thing to happen to Major League Baseball. He's Babe Ruth Jr. But should he have made the All-Star game as a pitcher? No, he should have not. He should never have made the All-Star game as a pitcher. He's 3-1 with a 3.6 ERA. 3-1 with a 3.6 ERA. That's not All-Star worthy as a pitcher. I get it. He can hit. He can pitch. We have not seen that since Babe Ruth. None of us were alive for Babe Ruth, but he's 3-1 with a 3.6 ERA. That's all fine and dandy and all that, but that's not all-star status as a pitcher. Okay, I get he can do both, but if we're taking the best players at every position, he should not have been in this game as a pitcher. He should have just been in this game as a DH. Now, as a DH, he's tearing it up. 4 triples, 31 home runs, 695 slugging. All those lead the American League. I think Shohei Ohtani is a fantastic athlete. I think he deserves to be a starting pitcher and a designated hitter. What he's doing is blowing people's minds. It's blowing my mind. But stop talking about, Shohei Ohtani got in the game as a pitcher and a hitter. He got in the game as a pitcher because we wanted to see him in the game as a pitcher. That's what I'm saying about that. All right, that's my third problem. Horrible jersey. Stop talking about Shohei. Okay. Hey, juniors, get your ass in the home run derby. Get your ass in the home run derby. Fernando Tatis Jr., I'm talking to you. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., I'm talking to you. This home run derby, I'm going to say something that's probably not going to be well received by people, but I don't want to see Trey Mancini in the home run derby. I don't. It's a great story. It's an unbelievable story, right? I don't want to see Trevor Story in the home run derby. I don't want to see some of these guys in the home run derby. I want to see the best power hitters in baseball. You take the list of top home run hitters and you go down the list and say, okay, first 5, boom. Second 5, third 5, whatever. You take the top 8, or I think 8 guys get in. You take the top 8 power hitters in the game, you put them in the home run derby. Okay? And you know what? The guys who have declined the offer, like Fernando Tatis Jr., like Vladimir Guerrero Jr., because they don't want to play in the home run derby. Like, why? Vladimir, Fernando, you guys are 22, 23 years old. You're going to recover. You're good. Stop worrying about it. If Shohei Ohtani, now I'm going to give some love to Shohei Ohtani. If Shohei Ohtani can can participate in the home run derby, he's a pitcher. He's a pitcher and he's participating in the home run derby. If he can do it, Vladdy, you can do it. It's glorified batting practice. Get your ass in the home run derby, because I don't want to see guys that shouldn't be in the home run derby be in the home run derby. It's a spectacle. It's great. It's awesome. But I don't want to see guys that aren't the best power hitters in the league be in the home run derby. I want to see guys that can hit 500-foot shots. And 2 of them are in this game, or are in the home run derby. I'm getting all fired up now. All right, all-star snubs. We talk about all-star snubs. I don't think there were many all-star snubs. I really don't. Machado, Freeman, Harper, Minaya. Ooh, they haven't done anything this year. Harper and Machado, they're batting in the 260s. Are Harper and Machado worthy of the All-Star game with a 260 batting average? No, they're not. Stop talking about Harper and Machado. There is one snub, the snub of all snubs. Walker Buehler is 8-1 with a 2.49 ERA. He is the next Clayton Kershaw in Los Angeles. He's taking over that role. He's been fantastic. Now, especially, got 22 comments in here. Yachty, Sports 2.0 Network. I'm not talking about Yachty. Great. I'm not talking about Yachty. All right. Anyways, Walker Buehler, snub of all snubs. Walker Buehler, 8-1, 2.49 ERA. Clayton Kershaw in Los Angeles. He's fantastic. He's unbelievable. And he's not in this game. But we're bringing Shohei Ohtani. I know it's different leagues. But we're bringing Shohei Ohtani in at a 3-1 with a 3.6 ERA because he can hit the baseball. You know what? Walker Buehler had a double last night too. That's all I'm saying about that. All right, so that's my issues with the MLB All-Star Game. There's a lot of them. They're probably more going to come up. Now, am I going to watch the All-Star Game? Hell yeah. Am I going to watch the the Home Run Derby? Hell yeah. Am I going to root for Trey Mancini even though I don't want him in the Home Run Derby? Yeah, because it's one hell of a story. I want Vladdy Jr. I want Fernando Tatis in the Home Run Derby. I want to see these guys hit bombs, but they're too soft to get in the Home Run Derby. That's my issue. So, anyways, guys, that does it for tonight's show. Just want a quick little rant about the All-Star Game before my head explodes because I had nobody to share this information with. So make sure to connect with me on social if you want to chirp me, if you want to make fun of the All-Star Game with me at Tanner Kern. If you want to connect on social for the Sports 2.0 Network at Sports 2.0 Network, it's 20 Network. Twitter doesn't allow you periods in your handles. That sucks. But Sports 20 Network on Twitter, Sports 2.0 Network on Facebook, all that good stuff, guys. That does it for tonight's show. Make sure to subscribe. And Alec will be on Thursday night for a big episode, his debut of Between the Lines, guys. So looking forward to that. Have a good one, and we'll talk to you soon.